Okay, we're up in the attic, and Kevin has set his saw up. He has the chop saw down there, and then he has this new saw. What is this one called, Kev?
A table saw.
A table saw, and he's going to use the table saw for the first time. And he has the wood up here, and he's measured everything downstairs. And the reason we're up here is because it's rainy outside, and two, once he sets it up, he can leave it up if we're up here. You know, if we have it outside, he would have to put it up at the end of every day because of the fear of rain. So this way, we can leave it up all the time in this room and just clean up when he's finished. So the only bad part is going up and down the steps all the time.
Yeah, you gotta carry all this wood up and down. And...
So he has his safety glasses. And what is this first cut? Is this for a door?
The doors and windows, they all get the same width going up the sides of the window. They're all 4 1/4. Yeah, 4 1/4 wide. So I set my fence up 4 1/4 inches from the blade, and then go from there.
Okay, so we're gonna make the first cut now, and will I be able to record you while you do this? What do you
possibly?
Possibly.
Yeah, I just need to make sure I get it to where I'm not gonna hit a wall.
Okay. I'm just going to record Kevin for a second, and then I'm going to stop recording to help him because the board is going to start down there, and it's going to come out this way, so I just really need to help. So, here we go.
Okay, I needed to cut some angled piece, like, for instance, let me have my little piece of paper here. You can see that the trim around the windows, it's actually thicker from front to back, 1 1/16, than on the bottom, which is 9/16. This one's the same, 15/16 and 15/16. But this one's wider at the top than at the bottom, and when you put it in the window frame, it's going to sit like the window's here. This is going to sit on the side, and it's thicker front to back than at the top than it is at the bottom. So I had to cut these angled pieces, and I got an idea off of the internet on YouTube. It's to take a big piece of plywood and cut it like 6 inches wide and just narrow a notch in there and then line your lines up. I found this is actually easier. I ripped this on the table saw, this piece right here. This I think it's like 2 3/4 inch wide. And then the piece I need to cut at an angle, I measure the top and I measure the bottom here and down there, put a line on it, clamp it down, and then put some screws in there to hold it in place. You can see I've got 4 screws on it. And then I just rip it down the fence. And so you can see this end is much narrower than, you can see it getting wider until it's down there at the widest part. So all I do is line my line up on the edge right here, and then the screws just hold this piece of wood, the bottom piece of wood, kind of in place. Is it going to be perfect? Maybe not. I see how I missed the screw right there to hold it in place. It'd be nice if you could have clamps or something, which I know there are pieces there where you can clamp it on the top, but I didn't want to buy anything else because this is like a one-time thing. I need to literally cut 2 pieces of wood at an angle like this, so it wasn't any sense in spending $100 and some on a new angled taper bevel than to just do this. So works out pretty good. And anyway, just an idea if you ever want to do this.
Okay, I've been gone for a while, and I came up here, and all I see is a big mess. So I'm going to ask Kevin what he's been up to.
All the uprights are done.
Those are for each side of the windows.
Windows and doors. On the outside of the door in the hallway is the box part for the windows. Inside, that's where...
Right there.
Yeah, and I showed a video of me cutting the angles.
Okay.
Or how to measure the angles. Those are the pieces I did.
Okay. Those will
and they're all labeled and everything like that. Okay, I used the router on this one side. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but it's rounded over, whereas this one is good and square. I've got a round over bit on my router, and I almost wish it was a little bit deeper, but this is what I've got, so it'll be fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to route out both sides of every piece of wood that we cut earlier of the 4 1/4. Each one of them needs to be rounded over on each side, and I wish I had a better way of clamping, but that's what I got, so that's what I got to deal with. So I'm just going to go through here. I did notice that if they have, well, there's a there's a knot hole right there. I will have to fill that in with like wood putty because it when the router hit it, it just actually flicked it out. So I'll have to fill that with putty. These are getting painted. These are up in Ashley's room and they're painted. That's why they're knotty pine. The other ones don't have knot holes in them, so they'll be good. So I'm just gonna keeping on with routing these over, and it'll take forever to get all of these pieces.
Okay, these are the pieces for just the windows, Kevin.
Yeah, for the most.
For the windows, and they're all cut, and Kevin brought mineral spirits upstairs, and he rubbed them down. This, bless you, there is lots of dust in the air. This is the bag of sawdust. It is a lot of sawdust. So, and it's from those boards there and these here. And so, when will you be able to stain them?
Tomorrow. I'll have to go. I don't have a brush. I forgot my other one was starting to fall apart, so I had to throw it away. But I forgot I had to throw it away, so I have to go get a brush, and I need a couple more things. I need a couple more pieces of wood anyway, so I'll go get that tomorrow at Lowe's.
Today Kevin went to Lowe's and he picked up a few more things for the kitchen.
Yeah, just a few more pieces of wood that I needed and some other things.
We have 4 pieces of wood.
Yeah, and some more rags for when I'm staining because it used a lot of rags to stain and wipe off. Bought some black caulk because the caulking around the windows and stuff between gaps between the wood and stuff, I want it to be black because the stain's dark. So you don't want white or clear. I bought a new oil-based brush for the stain, and I bought some smaller nails. The only thing I had were 2-inch nails. These are the 1-inch brads and the 1 1/4 inch brads, so they'll be a little smaller for doing trim pieces. And there's a small thing of glue. I have a half a thing of glue, and then so this hopefully will just fill in for what I needed. So that's it.
So what was your total?
My total was $63.29.
Okay, Kevin was up here staining these boards, and he came downstairs with stain on his face, and he didn't even realize it was on his face. But he dropped the can all over the floor. He made a giant mess. Fortunately, we have not done anything to these attic floors to refinish them before. Okay, I've come to check on Kevin. And are these all of the window pieces?
No, these are door pieces.
Door pieces. Oh, that's right. These go with the bottoms of each door. So are all the window pieces the ones up here?
There and some up here.
Okay.
I think
so
I've got all the door.
How many hours does it take for the stain to dry?
They have to sit for an hour.
Okay.
And then I can polyurethane them.
Okay.
So I can probably polyurethane those right now. And then I don't know how long the polyurethane takes.
Okay.
I think I would make sure that they're really going to dry first.
Right. Okay.
Okay, I came back up to polyurethane. I've actually I tried to polyurethane these, and I don't think my stain was dry enough. So it was like wanting to streak the stain through there. It was like it was pulling stain with it. So I've given it another, I don't know, it's been 4 hours since then, and I thought I would give these a try. These I have not polyurethane, I've just stained them. So I'm gonna try to polyurethane those, and we'll see what they turn out with. Okay, I know it's really dark, but that's the point. We like the dark wood. I've got it all polyurethane. It was still doing the same thing. It was basically all the old pieces, these smaller pieces, they were pulling the stain up with it and like streaking it. So I don't know what the deal is. Usually I wait 24 hours before I polyurethane stuff, so maybe that's it. But the pieces that I'd already done before, the big wide pieces right here, they are actually dry enough to polyurethane again, and they came out really nice. Actually, you probably can't tell in this light, but the grains are really good. They really came out. So anyway, I'm pretty happy with that. So what I'll probably have to do is tomorrow I'll probably have to go back and polyurethane these again when they dry, and that way I can just make those look like those. So I've got these, and I've got all of these, and all of those. So, and there's other stuff downstairs I still need to stain. I just don't have enough room to put it up here and stain it. So So that'll be a job for tomorrow. So anyway, that's where I'm at right now.
Okay, Kevin is working on the window.
I put the stool in, and I've got my trim pieces going up. I don't know what they're called. On the sides, that one I've got.
It's okay.
That one I've got all of it done, and I'm just finishing up this one.
You can see there's 4 pieces. There's the stool down here, and then that. And the stain looks really pretty. It matches perfect with the top up here.
Yeah, it's a little lighter, but it's I can live with it.
Oh, I think it's beautiful.
I want to show you real quick what I've been doing. This piece of stock, the one that I rounded over, did the round over bit. This is a completed one. This is the piece on the bottom. And like I said, it's kind of dark a bit, but you can see it. It's right there. And then this is just a 1x6. 1x6 by whatever length you need. And then this is a routed piece. Do I have another piece? I do not. Yeah. This piece right here that I routed out with a Roman, whatever it's called. That's what that is. And that's at the top. And then that sits right, that flat 1x6 sits right there. And then I've got a thin piece of trim right here that fits in between. It fits right in that little area right here. And you can see I did 45-degree angles and got them all meshed in there. I'll have to restain the edges, of course, where I routed them over. But I'm really, really proud of how it came out. I need to wipe the glue off there. But I'm fixing to put the, the small piece of trim on this piece right now. You can see there's that piece I routed out. It's just nailed to the top of this with some glue. Put some glue on both of them just to make sure they hold up. And then I'm going to put that little trim piece right here underneath there, and it makes such a difference transitioning between this rounded piece down to that flat piece. So that's where I'm at right now, and I'm doing 1-inch brads in there. These were 1.25-inch brads to hold the bottom and the top on. So those are 1.25 inches, and then I'll put a 1-inch brad and glue all the way down this, and just to hold it in place. And then I'll actually go downstairs, and when I attach it, I'll do the 2-inch nails going into the wood and behind there. So I think it turned out really good, and so I'll let you see what they look like on the wall once they get done.
Those are beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. The detail on that, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Came out good.
They're beautiful. So the only thing you have left as far as wood goes is the bottom. Yeah. And that will be, what, like another day or so? Those are gorgeous though, Kevin. So Kevin is finished with the windows, and I'm very excited because now we can go to Lowe's and buy blinds, and I'll just have to, or maybe Bed Bath & Beyond. Kevin said last time he was at Lowe's he didn't see the blinds, so we'll have to find them. But there's this window, and they look beautiful. He did an excellent job. And I did not film him while he was cutting all this out in the attic just because I would have been up there literally all day with him. Okay, Kevin is putting these pieces down on each side of the door. What are is it just molding, Kevin?
Yeah.
Just the trim molding on the sides of the doors. And you notice we haven't stained the door yet. We're going to, but just haven't been pressed to do that yet. And then this is the side that'll go up. And then this will be the other side. And then he'll do the top later. Okay, Kevin has put the baseboard around the bottom. And it goes all the way around the kitchen. He even cut out this difficult part for the cabinet, and it looks really good. And then he put the tops on the doors. And he had this one down here, and he's going to shave a little bit off the side, and then he's going to put this one on, and then we will have real doors again. And they're beautiful. They're absolutely gorgeous. And of course, I've said it before, we're going to stain the doors. Doors are going to be the same color as the trim. And it's just coming together really, really nicely. Kevin's done a beautiful, beautiful job. I couldn't have asked for better. I don't think anybody, a professional, couldn't have come in here and taken as much care and been as precise as he has been. So I'm just really, really proud of him. Okay, the quarter round is in. There's a piece there, and then the little piece here, and it just finishes up the bottom. You don't have to have that. And you'll notice the ends are raw. We need to just rub some stain on the ends, but we'll need to stain the doors anyway, so we'll have it out. But it just finishes the look, makes it look really nice. Kevin's putting up his nail gun over here. And yeah, it just looks really, really nice. So what do you have to do next?
Cut the trim piece for the back side of the door.
Yeah, because the back of the door still has, Kevin's going to show you. This, yeah, right there on the inside.
Just have to cut a piece of wood and stick there. Stick one here, although it'll be sticking out of it. That's okay. We'll stick one there.
Yeah, so we'll finish it off soon. So tonight Kevin is putting the piece of wood up here to close that gap up in the door. And then he has another piece of wood cut for the other side. So slowly but surely we're making some progress.
We went to Lowe's and bought some more wood yesterday. We forgot to show it completely. But what I did was I finished up the trim for the door into the back porch. And yeah, you can kind of see it there. And is it 100% like a pro would do it? Probably not. But it looks good for us. We're happy with it. The threshold, I've got one of them down completely. I had to notch it out on this other side, on this side, with my router just to get it to fit over that rise. So I think it turned out pretty good. So I'm going to polyurethane that like I did the floor. And so it'll be similar color to this. So it'll look really nice. The other one, I'm going to have to cut the board on the bottom. It sticks up a little too high, so I'm going to have to cut that. But then that one's pretty much ready to go too.
So do you have to nail that in? Or?
Yeah, I just got to nail it back in.
Okay. Okay, the staining has begun. I guess I should show the thresholds. There's that one, covered in plastic. And here is this one. And like Kevin said, once he puts polyurethane on these, it should go to a golden color, just like the floors. So I don't know when we'll do those, but probably, I don't know when we'll do those. But he's staining right now, and we already know we don't have enough stain to do both doors. So we're going to have to go to Lowe's tomorrow. Unfortunately, I had hoped to knock both doors out in one night. It would be nice to be finished and not have to worry about getting all this stuff back out. But that's okay. We'll go to Lowe's and we'll get some stain tomorrow and we'll finish it up. We'll see how far he gets on this. It would be awesome if he could get the whole door, but he has to do all of that on the inside, and then he has to get the back and this side. So we'll see. Okay, Kevin got a whole door polyurethane stained on the front and back, and it looks really good. And then I did around the edges of this door. I guess I could have done this door tonight, but I didn't think about it, doing around the edges of that one. We ran out of stain, so we're going to go to Lowe's tomorrow, and we're going to get stain, and we're going to get a brand new thing, I guess a polyurethane. And we'll do that. We'll do this other door tomorrow. But that's how it's gonna look. Except once we polyurethane, it'll be glossy. It'll be really shiny, like the rest of it up here. So it is Saturday morning, and Kevin stained. If I can get. He's polyurethaning the door. Listening to... Yeah, he'll regret that later when he sees that. He stained this door, and it looks beautiful. I'm so impressed. And now he's polyurethaning this door, and you see how it makes it shiny. So it's shiny.
Brings out the color, too.
Yeah, it does bring out the color. I hope you can see that on film. Oh, there we go. Now you can see it. It's shiny, and it brings out the grains. And then he has to do all this. Have you done the back yet?
No.
No? So, in an hour or so, it'll be finished.
Stain that whole door.
Huh?
I don't have the back side of the door in this front.
You have to polyurethane the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to do that and the other side.
It doesn't take too long to do this. This is easy.
And then, so we're leaving for the day, but what I'm hoping is that tonight when we get home, he will be able to polyurethane this door before we go to bed. And then also polyurethane the thresholds before we go to bed, because that's a good time to do it, because no one will have to get back in the bathroom. We'll be finished with showers for the night, and they can sit all night. So I'm hoping to... You think that'll be possible, Kevin?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Kevin finished polyurethaning the door, and it's very glossy looking. It looks very pretty. And right now he's showing me this is the wood that he used for the thresholds on the doors.
Basically.
So he's showing me with polyurethane, it's not going to do anything. It's not going to change the color. So this is the stain that we used when we did the living room, from going from the hall to the living room and from the dining room to the living room, the thresholds. This is what we stained that wood. So he's wiping it off now, and we're going to put the wood down next to the floor and see whether we want this, or I told him maybe we could use the Kona stain that we used on the door and just use it down there, because everything's so dark anyway, and where there's this water stain, I'm thinking that dark Kona, I don't think it would look bad if we had to use that Kona. So, because this, I don't know if that looks dark enough.
That's what I was going to do, try to lay it on there again.
Put another layer.
Yeah.
I still think, I'm thinking, I don't know. We'll have to see it laying next to it.
It'd be more brown than the reddish color this is. So.
Right. Okay, one of the last things to do in the kitchen is to hang new blinds.
Yay!
Yay! We picked these Roman shades. I wanted gray, a light gray. They did not have any. Looked online, I looked on Amazon. I just couldn't find gray. So if you know where they sell gray, don't tell me now, because I don't want to know. These are, and then, okay, so we went back and I was going to get black. Well, they don't have black either. They have navy, khaki, white, and what else, Kev? Is that it? Navy, khaki, white? Chocolate.
Chocolate. It's a dark brown.
Yeah, dark brown. So we ended up getting white because the subway tile's white, and then there's white in the quartz. So the windows around the edges are white. So we just figured that white would go. So we bought these at Bed Bath & Beyond. They were $80 each without a coupon. I used a coupon, so they ended up being about $135 each. So still expensive, still very expensive, but hopefully we will have them for a long time. Hopefully I can keep little hands away from them. And
I think the white Gavin's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it should be interesting, but I'm going to try to remember to lift them before he gets here every day. And of course, this is Chapel's home, so I will lift that for him every morning. I'm surprised he's not there right now.
I was handling something earlier, so.
Oh, you scared him off.
He ran off.
So, Kevin's just going to attach these, and we'll check back with him in a few minutes. How long do you think it'll take you to hang each set?
Once I get started, it won't take 10 minutes.
You just have to get everything out of the box. Yeah, that takes a while. Okay. Okay, here's the blinds finished. And Kevin and I both already agree we love the color because it makes the wood stand out. And Kevin, can you show how easy they are to go to? These do not have cords, and they just, you throw it from the bottom and you pull it up, and that's how it looks. And you can make them stop at any point. You could raise them all the way up if you wanted to, if you could reach all the way up, and let in a lot of light. And then they're just as easy to pull back down. And these have gotten really good reviews online. So we're very happy, and they're the perfect size.
They fit perfect.
They fit perfect. So all we have to do tonight is, once again, the thresholds and polyurethane that door, and then we'll be back to show you tomorrow. This is the last step to finishing the kitchen.
Yay.
Yay.
Well, I gotta do caulking, but besides that.
Yeah, he's gonna do caulking, that's true. You had to run the moment.
Sorry.
So he's gonna do caulking after, oh well. But he's gonna polyurethane these thresholds tonight, that one and this one. And he would have done it earlier today, but we have the cat and the dog, and there's no way that you could keep them from walking across these floors. So he's doing it tonight right before we go to bed, and they'll be dry in the morning. This is the last piece of the puzzle as far as the kitchen goes, besides any decor we might add, pictures or clocks or anything like that. This is our kitchen table that we ordered, and there are 2 more of these boxes out in the living room. So there's 3 smaller boxes and 1 large box. The smaller boxes have 2 chairs each from Wayfair is where we ordered this set from. And of course the big box has our table. And I will link in the description to the table and chairs in case you're curious about that. And so years from now, when this is still on YouTube and I don't remember where I got it from, it will still be in the description, and the color and all. The color is cherry black, and you will see that when we get it out of the box. It's like a two-tone. It's cherry on the top and then black on the edges. So we haven't actually seen it in person yet. And so Kevin's working on the box, and I will show you how it looks in just a minute. There it is. I don't know what we're looking at the bottom of the table. Yeah.
I think that's a leaf.
Yeah, that looks like a leaf. So I'll show you in a few minutes when we get some parts. He's just gonna, you gonna take the parts out of the box?
Yeah.
Okay, this is the table put together, and this is the leaf. And in a little while, we'll show you how the leaf works. It's different. I've never seen one that works quite like this does. So we don't know if we're going to leave the leaf in it or not. It takes up quite a bit of room. And I told Kevin, I've gotten used to having the whole room of space. And this just seems huge. So, and I don't know if we need a table for 3 people out like that all the time. So right now he's going to put the chairs together, and then we'll say final judgment for when he gets the chairs together and see how much room it's going to take up. This is the first finished chair. It only took 5 hours. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It didn't take very long.
Because I'm having to hold it in my lap. I'd rather have it on the carpet where I can lay it on the carpet.
Ah, okay. So, well, we brought one box in here of 2, so he only has 2 more boxes to go. But I like that quite a bit, and I'll show you when we get the other 5 put together. Okay, this is the table full size that we bought 6 chairs, and you can see I'm glad we didn't buy 8, because with 6 chairs, 2 on each side and 1 on each end, they fit perfectly here. If we had had an additional chair, then it wouldn't have slid in on the end. So we do plan on getting new garbage cans. I know those are unsightly. We've spotted some. They're about $80 each. They're very expensive, but we will get some. So this is for the this is the final video on the kitchen renovation that you will see, and we love it. We love the shades. They're working perfectly. You just grab the middle and pull it down by the tab. So right now what we're going to do is we are going to actually show you how this leaf folds in. This is the table from Wayfair. We're going to show you how the leaf folds in and how small it will get. So I'm going to put you on a stand and you can watch Kevin and I do that. See that the chairs, if you have all 6 chairs here, then your 2 end chairs are going to be sticking out, but that's not bad. In this kitchen this size, it's not like it takes up a lot of space. So you could have 8 chairs and just leave 2 in your other rooms of your house when you're not using them, but this is perfect. So I don't know which way we'll leave it. We'll have to decide, but I just wanted to show you the table, how the table worked. Hopefully you've enjoyed our kitchen renovation videos, and yeah, it's over. The party's over. Now I'm going to get him to start somewhere else.